On this edition of Lexington Now, Scarefest 2024, Work Lexington and McConnell Springs. I'm Neil Noah, and welcome to Lexington Now for the week of October 7th, 2024. Scarefest features the scary side of Comic-Con and is back for its 16th year. We caught up with organizers to find out what's in store for this year.
I'm Nicole Griffith. I'm one of the owners with my husband Brandon Griffith of Scarefest Weekend.
And I'm Becky Trimble. I'm a convention sales manager here at Central Bank Center, and I work with Nicole and Brandon on booking the space for Scarefest and just kind of overall with the planning and execution of the event here.
Scarefest is a fan convention, and it's the easiest way to describe it is the sinister side of Comic-Con. So it's like Comic-Con, we bring in celebrities and vendors and talent and performers and things like that to Lexington from all over the country and sometimes from other countries. And fans can come and meet in person the people that they grew up watching and their favorite movies.
But it's so much more than that. Scarefest is a community, truly. People look forward to Scarefest the day after Scarefest is over. They're already talking about what they want to see next year and who they're looking forward to seeing, and it's unlike anything I've ever seen here. It's the best weekend of the year.
Horror people are some of the kindest, most loyal people that there are. So.
And it's just so gratifying to see it growing year after year. It just seems like by leaps and bounds in attendance. The number of celebrities that they have this year, how many?
I think it's 102. This year we're doing a lot of reunions, okay? So we've got like chunks of cast. The big one is Clive Barker, and this possibly could be his final show because he's taking time off to write, but he's going to be doing the show. We have Matthew Lillard and a lot of the cast of Scream. Matthew's one that really is, Matthew and Skeet. There's a whole new generation of fans that are just crushing on and loving Matthew and Skeet, and big heartthrobs, plus Scooby-Doo, you know. A Fright Night reunion, Phantasm reunion. We have Hellraiser with the Clive Barker, Barbie Wilde and Nicholas Vince. They've been here before. This year I think they're actually traveling from within the States, but the last time they came over from Europe, which was really cool. Oh, Amanda Bierce. I'm so excited to meet Amanda Bierce because I loved Married with Children growing up, and she was awesome in that, but she was, of course, in Fright Night before she was in Married with Children. Shannon Elizabeth, Blair Witch Project. So that reunion hasn't been done in a while. Oh, this is cool. So we have 5 of the Michael Myers actors. We have 6 of the Leatherfaces and 6 of the Jasons. So this is one of the biggest reunions of Jasons, Michaels, and Leatherfaces. Brandon and I were joking, like, do you think we could get a photo op where they're all in it at once?
That is too fun.
Yeah.
That is too fun.
A lot of folks excited about that, and it goes on and on.
And then Sunday is Kids Day.
Yes.
So do you still have the kids costume contest?
We do.
Kids costume contest, they can trick or treat with the vendors. So that's a great family day. Saturday is kind of the big day. Where there's probably the most attendance, but you've got Friday and Sunday as well. So if you want to avoid the big crowds, you can come both of those days.
The cool thing about our Sunday show is, like, Sunday notoriously for shows is kind of the day that, like, people start leaving early and it peters out. It's not the case with Scarefest. Mm-hmm. It's actually a bigger day sometimes than Friday is for us. And when we say Kids Day, we didn't tame down, you know, all the cool fun things. You know, we still got the seminars, the panels, the film festivals for the con-goers. We just added really extra special stuff for kids. And also, kids have fun every day of the con. I mean, you can bring them all weekend long, and there's special effects, makeup classes. There's, I think last year we had some kind of creepy cupcake decorating or something like that. And the costumes, oh my gosh, like adult and kids, people go I mean, they blow it out of the water. It's just like, oh my gosh, a professional made that costume, and they work on them all year long. So it's October the 18th through the 20th, but of course the early pre-launch events start on the 17th and go through Sunday night. And this year we fall on the same weekend as the Thriller Parade, which is Downtown Thriller, and that will be Sunday also.
Yeah, so Central Bank Center is just one part of the entire Scarefest weekend. And so that leads me, we were discussing earlier, I wish we really had a good grasp of what the economic impact of this event really is to Lexington, because it's huge. It's in the millions. I just wish we knew how many millions. The fact that Nicole and Brandon live locally here means that all of that attendance money and the vendor money and the bed tax from the hotels and all the restaurants and the bars that they're visiting while they're in town, you know, it's all coming straight into the local economy here. So we're so fortunate to have this couple and this event. Lexington loves Scarefest.
It's scarefestweekend.com, and our website is actually pretty awesome, and it answers all the questions. If there's a great FAQ, it answers everything you could possibly want to know, and it's user friendly and easy. It's been developed so that it works on all the phones. It doesn't get wonky. When you're at the show, you're going to have a lanyard on the back of it. There'll be a QR code, and you can either do photo op schedule or event schedule and pop that thing right up. So if you can't figure out how to push the schedule button on the website, you can just scan a badge. And you know, we try to make sure that everything is very easy to understand and get around, because it is. If you haven't been to one of these and you think it's just walking up and getting the thing signed, there's 10 things going on at once that you could choose to do. So, you know, you kind of have to plan and be like, do I want to see this live panel of these celebrities talking about their film? But wait, at the same time, there's the Real Victims of Serial Killers seminar over here. And like, you got to make some choices, but there's plenty to do, and you cannot get bored at Scarefest.
Work Lexington has a new online feature called Career Edge. We sat down with Amy Glasscock to find out how this tool can help those looking to improve their careers.
My name is Amy Glasscock. I'm the Director of Business Engagement within the Mayor's Office here at Lexington Fayette Urban County Government. I work with workforce primarily, helping individuals that need assistance with finding employment, helping employers that need employees. We recently got a new program called WorkLexingtonEdge.com. It's to help any resident of Lexington Fayette County that would need assistance with finding employment. It's a learning management system. It's all online. WorkLexingtonEdge.com is the website. And with the program, you can do all kinds of things to help you find employment. Everything from creating a resume, you can practice your interview skills in the toolkit section of the website. You can do an interview simulation where someone pops on the screen that's recorded and they will ask you a question. You can record yourself, whether by your phone, laptop, tablet, whatever source that you have, and then watch yourself in answering that question. I can even on the back end watch that interview and give you feedback to how you did on that interview and answer that question. You can practice your applications. You can practice writing a cover letter. You can even do an assessment if you're not sure what career that you're interested in. You can do an assessment that tells you kind of what your strengths and weaknesses are and the type of career that you would be best suited for. There's 18 life and professional skills modules. 9 are life skills and the 9 professional skills. The life skills are focused primarily on things like your attitude, being on time for work, getting along with others, team players, things like that. The professional skills is very much focused on learning how to do a job search, learning how to work on your resume, very specific skills for finding employment. It's very easy to access Work Lexington Edge. All you need is your name, an email address, and your zip code to create an account, and then from there you can immediately go in and use it anytime you want to. It's open to anyone in Lexington Fayette County. Shortly after coming into this position, I recognized that people just didn't know how to create a resume, and there wasn't a source available to individuals here in the city. And so people were just going into like a Word document and trying to type up a resume without having a template to kind of guide them and what to do. And so we felt with the Work Lexington program that that was something needed, that individuals can come into our workforce center and have access to that, or they can have access at home to be able to work on these modules as well. You know, ever since COVID, things kind of got changed and everybody wants to do everything online and that sort of thing. And so we definitely wanted to have something that was accessible both in our workforce center, but that they could use at home as well. If you're a new user to the website, you would just go to worklexingtonedge.com. You would put in register here, or click on register here, and then from there you would put your name, your zip code, and if you're working with one of our partners such as Jubilee Jobs or Lexington Rescue Mission, you would click those partners that you're working with, and then it would take you immediately to the life skills module. With the life skills, you can start, you can click on one of the, like say, team player, for example, and a video will pop up and you can watch that video. It's only a couple minutes long, and there's actually even assignments that you can do if you want to do those assignments. And then there's even a book that will come up on the screen if you choose to read instead of listen to the video, and you can read the book. And then you can complete each one of those modules. If you just want to go in and you don't need the assistance of actually learning and reading or watching the videos, then you can go directly to the toolkit and start working on your resume, your applications, your cover letter, all those types of things that are going to assist you. But it leads you all the way through and tells you exactly what you need to put, and it'll even give you some suggestions if you don't know what to put in your resume. This is open to everyone. It's good for both youth and adults. Specifically those that are job seeking is who it's best for, but you know, if you're just wanting a career change and you haven't looked for a position in say 20 years, things have changed a lot. So this can give you some new and updated tips and ideas on how to apply for employment and changes you need to make to your resume that you may not have done 20 years ago. They can email me at aglasscock@lexingtonky.gov, or they can call 258-WORK and leave me a message, and I will get back with them as soon as possible.
When we come back, McConnell Springs.
Hello everyone, I'm Tiffany Brown, Equity and Implementation Officer in the Mayor's Office and Chair of the A Sense of Place Committee. I'm here today to talk about A Sense of Place, an initiative dedicated to preserving the history of Lexington's rural Black hamlet and celebrating those that remain active today. More than 20 historic Black hamlets have been identified in Fayette County. Most are located in rural areas. Our historic hamlets have been and are home to generations of lived experiences, traditions, and culture. Houses, churches, schools, grocery stores, agricultural enterprises, and lodge halls for community gatherings were found in many hamlets. A Sense of Place is a partnership between community members with direct connection to our hamlets and the city of Lexington. Its goal is to raise awareness about what the hamlets represent and to identify steps that are needed to take to preserve their history. The A Sense of Place committee includes local historian Yvonne Giles, local historian Calvin Graves, executive director of the Lexington History Museum Mandy Higgins, Haydentown resident Dr. Alvin Seals, Haydentown Baptist Church pastor Reverend Leon Slatter, and others. With support from members of the Haydentown community, A Sense of Place is currently raising funds for maintenance updates and programming of the Haydentown Rosenwald School and property located at 705 Hayden Lane. In the early 2000s, members of the Haydentown community worked with the city to preserve the school. In the early 20th century, Rosenwald schools were found across the South, serving rural Black children and families during segregation. Many of the buildings have been destroyed. Lexington is proud that the Haydentown School still stands and wants to preserve the history and significance that so many of these schools have had in our hamlet communities. The funds will complete the restoration of the school and upgrade the historic cemetery and church building. The school will permanently house artifacts that tell the story of Lexington's hamlet. We hope you will join us.
Welcome back to Lexington Now. Fall is one of the best times to visit Lexington's natural areas, and one of Lexington's best kept secrets is right downtown, McConnell Springs, the traditional birthplace of our city.
My name is Jennifer Minier, and I am the McConnell Springs Park Manager. We are here at a 26-acre natural area park in Lexington, Kentucky. As the park manager, I help to oversee the land management. We have a great team of people that make the park, be prepared for the public use and such, but then also just making sure that we've got the programming that we have offered to the public, as well as to different community groups, school groups, and that sort of thing. So just making sure that our stewardship goals are being met and that our education responsibilities are also being met for the community. McConnell Springs is located in an industrial area of Lexington. So on the west side of Lexington, we're off of Redmond Lane, which is close to New Circle Road and Old Frankfort Pike. The Education Center is open from 9 to 5 Monday through Saturday and 1 to 5 on Sundays, but people can come and enjoy the park during daylight hours. The trails are open. We have an ADA compliant paved trail that's about a half-mile in length, so people can go through and see the water system, the karst landscape within the park. And then we have about another 1.5 miles or so of dirt compact trails that are available so people can see some other park features like the bur oak. As a park, we offer a few big events, like we hosted a pollinator festival before, birding festivals. We have Founders Day, which talks about the history of Lexington. But then also on a regular basis, we have different environmental education and sustainability programming that we offer. The beautiful thing about being a natural area park within the city is we have an opportunity for people to see deer, like our white-tailed deer. We sometimes have fox in the area. We've had different owls, certainly a lot of different birds. We have a bird garden here that tries to attract more birds so people can have an opportunity to observe them more. Squirrels, chipmunks, but we have a lot of aquatic wildlife with our pond too. So different turtles, waterfowl, and that sort of thing. There's a lot of variety here, which is really special. So if folks want to learn more about McConnell Springs, they can go to lexingtonky.gov/parks and search for McConnell Springs, and that's going to give opportunities to look at the different programs that we offer, whether it's scheduled or something that people can request for their community group or school. For schools and community groups, they can come out and do volunteer efforts by coordinating with us. We also have monthly volunteer efforts to get the community involved. But if people are interested as far as groups go, schools or otherwise, they can contact us and we can provide environmental education programming, talk about sustainability, history. We have a lot of things to offer here at McConnell Springs. So our program offerings will hit a variety of ages. We have things for, like one of our popular programs is called Tiny Tots, so that's for 2 to 5-year-olds, and then we have things that are just for adults, but all ages are always welcome. So we really try to provide something for all ages and all abilities within the park when it comes to our programming. So McConnell Springs is a very special place within Lexington, not only for our residents, but visitors alike. It's a great opportunity to get an idea of what makes Lexington special with the history, the pride that comes from being in this area, the stewardship of the land that has happened for generations, and then also an opportunity to see what Lexington has to offer, as well as Kentucky as a whole, just the flora and fauna, especially if you only get to be here to explore, which is wonderful, but it gives a representation of what Kentucky has to offer as a wonderful community and state. It is our pleasure to host any number of visitors, whether you're passing through or you happen to be a resident. We would love to have visitors at any time, so please come out and see us or give us a call if you have any questions. We're happy to be a resource.
The Lexington History Museum is a rich source of information about our city's heritage. Mandy Higgins talks about their continuing commitment to education and preservation.
I'm Mandy Higgins. I'm the Executive Director at the Lexington History Museum. We're in our 13th month of being open to the public in our new home at the Thomas Hunt Morgan House here on Broadway, downtown. We have had an incredible first year. We've had folks from every zip code in the county, from 17 Kentucky counties, from 20 states and 10 countries visit us in the 13 months that we have been open, which we're very proud of. And of course, because Lexington is a great travel destination, it's wonderful for that to be here. We've expanded our exhibits, so we now have our first special exhibit open. It's called Among Women, 130 Years of the Women's Club of Central Kentucky, and it weaves together women's history, the club's history, and the city of Lexington's history to show how we developed over the 20th century. We also have taken in some new materials that are on display, including a 1890s era mourning dress that came out of the estate sale at Belle Breezing's home. So we cannot definitively say that it was Bell Breezings, but it did come out of that estate sale, so that's very cool, and it's on display. And we've grown so much more in the ways that we can do education visits, and we have new partnerships with adult groups to come in and do different things, so we're really excited about where we're going. The Lexington History Museum exists to tell all of Lexington's history. We're here for a long time, 12-generation Lexingtonians, and for somebody who's been in Lexington for 2 hours. And our goal is that when you step through the museum doors, you're going to see a little bit of yourself in how Lexington has developed across more than 2 centuries in town. So you may see, maybe you're a farmer and you see something about agriculture, or maybe you're a tourist and you learn a little bit about our tourist industry, or you just love bourbon and we have a little bit about bourbon. So there's something for everyone, and we continue to add to that because we know that Lexington's stories and histories continue to grow. We had Heart of the Turf, which is the Keeneland special traveling exhibit about black jockeys, and that was wonderful. We have done work on Dr. Thomas Hunt Morgan, who grew up in this home, and that will continue. We'll actually be expanding that Hunt Morgan story as we expand our footprint within the house. In the future, in 2025, we're very excited to celebrate Lexington's 250 with a special exhibit. We're looking at a couple of different ways that we could do that. And we're very excited about the possibility of eventually doing a deep feature on immigration in Lexington over the course of the, over 250 years, and on music culture in Lexington, because it's a little gem of Lexington, how much music we have here, and how much Lexington has influenced popular culture through music across multiple decades. So you can visit us Thursdays and Fridays, 12 to 4, and Saturdays 10 to 4 at 210 North Broadway. There is on-site parking. You enter from Broadway, and the parking is free. You can learn more about our special exhibits, our visiting, setting up a group tour, and any field trips at our website, lexhistory.org. And you can call us at 440-1582.
Council is back from fall break this week, so there is plenty of live coverage on Lex TV and streaming online. And remember, you can also find the most up-to-date information on non-televised city business at lexingtonky.gov. Here's this week's meeting coverage. That's all for now, but as always, you can keep up with us on social media. Check out the latest traffic updates on X at LexRex, or catch our live traffic cams on lexingtonky.gov. For all of us at Lex TV, I'm Neil Noah, and that's it.